Got to give the people, give the people what they want. It's Bass back. Miss Reese is here in spirit, holding it down. I'm gonna handle this video today. Our topic is, we're gonna finish up the adding integers. We're gonna talk about adding and subtracting integers. Okay? With the rules. That's where we cut off the last time. So last time we were talking about thinking like money. This time now we're going to add the rules into it to make sure we got everything down. So first off, rule to add integers. 1. If the signs are the same, you will add the numbers. Okay? The signs are the same, you're just going to add the numbers. 2. If the signs are different, you subtract the numbers. Okay, so you subtract one from the other one. All right? And there's a third rule to that, and you're writing all of this down in your notebook because you got this all under control. 3, you use the sign of the larger original number in your answer. Okay? So we've talked about this like money. Now let's think about it in another way. Let's think about it through the rules, all right? So here's your first example of this, all right? So if I have negative 16 plus 27, I'm going to stop and I'm going to think of my rule. What does my first rule say? It says if the signs are the same, add. If the signs are different, subtract. These signs are different, so I'm actually going to subtract. This one's a negative, this one's a positive. They're different, so I'm going to subtract. 27 minus 16 is 11, okay? And then finally, it says use the sign of the bigger number, the original. Well, 27 is bigger than 16. 27 was positive, so my answer is positive, okay? Let's do another example of that. It says negative 81 plus negative 97. All right? So I'm thinking about my rule. What does my first rule say? If the signs are the same, you should add. This is negative, this is negative. They have the same sign, so I should add. 97 plus 81, that's an 8, that's a 17, equals 178. What's my sign going to be and why? You probably just thought, oh, why use the sign of the bigger number? 97 is bigger than 81, 97 is negative, so my answer has to be negative. They're both negative, so you really should never get that one wrong, okay? That's how that rule works. It's the same as thinking like money, but it's just using specific rules. Some of you will like that. If you like it, use it. If you don't, think like money. It's all up to you, okay? Now the next part we need is subtracting with integers, okay? And there's a key to subtracting with integers. The key is you never, ever really want to subtract with integers, okay? So, never subtract with integers. Turn the problems into addition. You're going to turn any of these subtraction problems into addition, okay? You can think of it as either keep, change, switch. Some kids have learned it that way. I call it change to signs. I don't care how you think of it, but you're going to turn all these subtraction problems into addition problems, okay? Here is how you will do it. And we'll just do these through examples, okay? So, here's this example. It says, what if I have negative 16 minus negative 26, all right? I see a subtraction sign. I don't like it. I don't want to use it. So I'm going to do keep, change, switch, okay? Here's my first term. Here's my second term. Here's my third term. I keep this one the same. I don't change it. So it's just negative 16. I change this minus into a plus, right? Kept it. I changed the sign. And I switched this sign from negative into positive, right? Kept negative 16. Changed subtraction into plus, and I switched a negative into a positive. This is the actual problem I want to solve. And now I just go ahead and use the rules. I know I prefer thinking like money. So if I'm thinking on this like money, well, I owe somebody $16 and I have $26 in my pocket. Can I pay them back? I certainly can. So I know my answer is positive. Well, how much money do I have left in my pocket once I pay them back? 26, I paid them the 16, so that is 0. My final answer is positive 10, okay? Now, when we're doing this, I'm not actually going to always have you guys rewrite the whole thing. So we'll do a keep, change, switch without rewriting the whole thing. So let's do another example. Example 2 says 14 minus 76. Okay? I'm going to do keep, change, switch again. Keep it, change it, switch the sign. Okay? Keep it, change it, switch the sign. So that's what my problem looks like. And now I can use the same rules. This time I'll use the rules instead of thinking like money. So I see that my signs are different, so I'm going to subtract 76 minus 14. This is a 2, this is a 6. I'm looking for now. Actually, what do I look for next? I bet that question just popped up. I look for the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number is 76. 76 is negative, so my answer is negative. Final answer is negative 62. So that's keep, change, switch. If you don't like keep, change, switch, and this will be the last one we do, you can also think of this as change two signs. That's how I learned it, and that's how I've typically taught it, okay? So this will be our last example. Example 3 says 14 minus negative 17. In change two signs, it's the same thing. I change two signs. I always start here. I change one sign, I change two signs. So this is really just 14 plus 17, which is old school. You all know how to do 14 plus 17. But let's just do it right here. 11, carry the 1, 31. Okay? So that deals with everything. Adding and subtracting integers. You can think like money. You can use the rules. Please remember, only add integers. If you get a subtraction problem, keep, change, switch, or change two signs and turn it into an addition problem. Hope you guys have a good weekend. For Miss Reese, for myself, this is Mr. Bass, and I'm out.